All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger, but calculating risk and acting decisively. So why do most people spend their lives reacting, not acting? You've been sold a lie that being liked means being safe, that pleasing others means you'll never be attacked. But the real battleground isn't outside, it's inside you. You feel that sting in conversations, that burning when someone belittles or ignores you. You feel that urge to defend, explain, prove, to justify. But every time you respond, every time you let emotion take over, you surrender power. Because reacting is a trap. It reveals your buttons. It shows your wounds. It hands them the map to your weaknesses. In this video, I'll expose the hidden mechanics behind manipulation and teach you how to rise above, how to become untouchable in a world built on emotional warfare. Stay with me, because truth isn't safe. It's dangerous. From childhood, you were trained to need validation, a smile from a parent, a grade from a teacher, a like on a post, and every time you got it, your brain lit up like a drug hit. You weren't being raised to be strong, you were being programmed to be liked. And now, as an adult, you're still chasing the same high. You soften your words, you shrink your truth, you say yes when you want to say no, because being liked feels like survival. But here's the truth they never told you. The more you need people to like you, the more they own you, because anyone who can make you feel accepted can also make you feel rejected. And that's control. Think about it. The moment you fear losing someone's approval, you start performing. You censor yourself. You play small. You become fake, not to protect others, but to protect your addiction to being liked. And in that moment, you lose power every single time. Being liked feels good until you realize what it's costing you. Every fake smile, every sure no problem when you're dying inside, every time you say nothing when someone disrespects you, it adds up. You become this person who's agreeable, nice, pleasant, but not respected. You're liked, but not listened to. You're included, but not valued. That's the dark truth of being liked. It makes you safe, but never powerful. Because people don't respect those who constantly seek approval. They use them. They test them, and when they break, they replace them. You think you're being kind, you think you're being good, but most of the time, you're just being scared. Scared of rejection, scared of conflict, scared of being alone. So you create this version of yourself, polished, controlled, smiling, and hope that if you play it right, no one will leave. But here's the punchline. They still do. No matter how hard you try, you can't please everyone. And the more you try, the less of yourself remains. At some point, you have to choose, be liked by everyone and lose yourself, or be real and lose a few people who were never really with you. That's the moment everything shifts. When you stop asking, do they like me? And start asking, do I respect me? Because respect isn't given to those who bend. It's given to those who stand, to the ones who say no when it's uncomfortable, to the ones who walk away from fake peace, to the ones who don't need applause to act with conviction. Being liked is easy. Just agree, stay quiet, smile, but it costs you your voice, your boundaries, your self-worth. The real test is saying what you mean and standing in the silence that follows, not rushing to fill it, not apologizing for it, just standing, grounded, certain, untouched. Most people are addicted to approval. But you're about to go sober, and once you do, you'll never crave it again. There comes a point where you have to decide who you're living for. Are you shaping yourself to fit their expectations? Or are you finally ready to live on your terms, even if it means being misunderstood? Because here's what they never told you. Being liked is cheap. It's fragile. It disappears the moment you disagree. Respect, that's earned through resistance, not submission. When you stop chasing acceptance, you stop betraying yourself. Every time you said yes when your soul screamed no, that was betrayal. Every silence when you wanted to speak, every laugh when it wasn't funny, every apology you didn't owe. These aren't small compromises. These are cuts to your identity, and enough of them, over time, can turn a warrior into a puppet. But here's the shift, the break in the cycle. The moment you stop fearing rejection, you become untouchable. They can dislike you, they can walk away, but they can't move you, they can't own you. That's when people start noticing something different about you. You're not louder, but heavier. Not aggressive, but unshakable. You carry your truth like a blade, not to harm, but to cut through the noise. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop performing for others, they start paying attention, because authenticity is magnetic. It repels the weak and attracts the strong. So if this hits something deep inside you, if you feel that pull, that quiet voice saying enough, then don't just watch. Let this be the moment you draw the line, the moment you stop living for likes and start living with purpose. Stay with me. What's coming next? We'll rebuild everything they tried to erase. There's a strange peace that comes when you stop needing to be liked. Not fake confidence, not arrogance, just stillness. A quiet strength that doesn't seek applause. You don't explain yourself anymore. You don't shrink to make others feel big. You don't bend to keep temporary people comfortable. You speak less and mean more. You move slower and strike harder. You smile less, but feel lighter, because you're not running anymore. Not from disapproval, not from judgment, not from being different. You've seen what performing cost you. Your voice, your time, your peace. And now you're reclaiming every inch of it. This is the version of you that doesn't beg to be seen, but makes them uncomfortable with how deeply you see them. They don't know what to do with you now. You're not predictable. You're not nice. You're not apologetic. You're just you, unfiltered, unowned, unapologetic. The moment you change, the world resists. Not because you're wrong, but because you're no longer playing your role. You were predictable, easy to handle, easy to manipulate. Now you're silent, still, and dangerous. People will say you've changed, that you're cold, that you're distant, but what they really mean is, you stopped making me comfortable. And they're right, you did change. You stopped saying yes when you meant no. You stopped faking interest. You stopped over-explaining. You stopped setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. That kind of shift, it threatens people, because most people want the old version of you, the one who tolerated too much, the one who was always available, always agreeable, always apologizing. But you don't owe them that anymore. You don't owe anyone your silence, your energy, your peace. The price of self-respect is losing people who only liked the version of you that hated yourself. Let that sink in. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're not here to fit in. You're here to evolve, even if it means standing alone. And here's the brutal truth. When you stop being a people pleaser, your circle will shrink. But your life will expand, because you'll finally have space for clarity, for purpose, for peace. They try to provoke you, and you don't react. They try to insult you, and you stay still. They try to guilt you, and you simply walk away. And that's when they realize you're no longer playing the game. People are afraid of what they can't read. When you stop explaining, they project. When you stop defending, they assume. And that's fine. Let them, because power isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself, your words, your energy, your emotions. The calmest person in the room is always the most dangerous. Not because they're aggressive, but because they're clear. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to argue your boundaries. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. Let your silence do the talking. Let your stillness shake their ego. Let your absence remind them of your value. They won't know how to deal with you. And that's the point. You didn't come this far to be understood. You came this far to become untouchable. You've made it this far, and now something inside you is different. You're not the same person who started this video. That version needed to be liked, needed to be understood. But now, you've outgrown the performance. You've seen the cost of being a people pleaser. You've felt the emptiness of applause that fades the second you stop performing. You've lived in the cage of acceptance. And now, you're ready to break the lock. Let them call you arrogant. Let them call you distant. Let them say you've changed, because you have. And that's exactly the point. They won't understand the quiet fire inside you, the calm certainty, the refusal to dance for their attention. But you do. You understand it because you've earned it. You didn't get here by accident. You got here because the pain of faking it finally outweighed the comfort of fitting in. From now on, you speak when it matters, and stay silent when it doesn't. You show up for those who see your value, and disappear for those who don't. You protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. You stop explaining yourself. You stop apologizing for your edge. You stop negotiating your worth. Because here's the final truth. No one can truly respect you until you respect yourself first. And self-respect begins the moment you choose you, even if it means losing everything that was built on your silence. So go ahead. Walk away from approval. Step into your truth like it's armor. And remember this. You don't need permission to be powerful. You just need the courage to stop asking for it. Stay cold. Stay grounded. Stay real. And if the world doesn't like it, let it choke on your silence.